All right, so we're gonna start looking at the second movement, or the Lost Lady Found, of Lincolnshire Posy. So remember, you're in parts. So you either part 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, because I'm gonna refer to that a lot. So melody starts in part 2 and 3. And it's kind of fast, which I think we can do. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So here we are at 18. Melody goes on just in part 2, and the rest of us have a cool kind of rhythm thing. So everyone else, so melody keeps going. Everyone else at 18 is 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 26, 2, 3. Cool rhythm. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Now, part 1 actually gets the melody taken over, and they're the only ones that have it at 34. 2 different things are entering here. So 34, in part 4, we have this. 1 and 2, 3, 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 1 and 2. Okay, so that's a new idea. And then we've got part 3. You have to start with a rest, okay? So we have rest, 2, 3, rest, rest, 1, 2, 3, rest, 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 rest. Snares, you're actually with part 4. So you have that 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3 type rhythm. Bass drum, you're with the bass line, so part 5. That takes us basically all the way until 50. We'll talk about 50 a little bit later. But we're going to skip over until this kind of comes back. And so I'm at about measure 98. So now part 3 takes over with the 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3. Part 1 gets that thing that we just heard with the rest, rest, rest. So you see I was taking the same music but shifting it into different parts. Melody actually is in part 4. So melody, you have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that goes on for quite a while. With all those different parts. Bass line, you're still just bass line, sorry. And then we get to 114, shifting a little bit more of those parts. So melody is still in part 2 and part 4. And then we have 1 and 3 doing the... Okay, now this whole song just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds and gets louder and louder and louder. And really aggressive. Notice there's a lot of the, like, these type of accents at the end. So it gets really, really aggressive. So I would say work on those 2 sections. Make sure it's under your fingers. You can play it fast. Listen to the recording so you know what tempo that's going at. All right.